It's a long story now because it's going to be 4 decades. But I first saw this 44 years ago while I was doing a book on the Marwari Havelis of Shekhawati. And in 1986 it was acquired. So the purpose at that time was, I think, not a hotel, because I'm not a hotelier. I was at best a writer and an advertising man. That is how it has evolved. But it's been very fashionable for a decade and more that people are talking about recycling waste. You know, you say put plastic bottles and make a dari out of it and whatever people say. But if you look back in retrospect, what we were doing was actually recycling a whole ruin into mainstream tourism. So it is a very large example of recycling the waste, but in the heritage sector, because it hadn't really been done. So Neemrana has now, after 38 years, become India's largest private sector initiative for change of the end use of ruins into hotels, and that I think is quite formidable.
मेरा नाम बद्री प्रसाद है। मैं इस महल में सन 1986 में लगा था। उस समय हम कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम करते थे। धीरे धीरे इसमें ये खंडर, पूरा महल खंडर पड़ा था। जब हम आए इसमें खंडर में, धीरे धीरे इसमें 12-13 कमरों से इन्होंने होटल शुरू किया था। धीरे धीरे करते करते फिर इसमें टूरिस्ट आने लग गए। अंग्रेज भी बहुत आते हैं इसमें, इंडियन भी बहुत आते हैं, और गर्मी में भी खूब आते हैं। हम उनकी सेवा में कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ते। ऑलमोस्ट उन जो भी कुछ वो मांगते हैं वो उनको खाना पीना मिल देते हैं, और वैसे हम घुमा फिराते भी हैं। जैसी हमको जैसी भाषा आती है, थोड़ी बहुत अंग्रेजी भी आती है, थोड़ी बहुत हिंदी भी आती है, उसी हिसाब से हम उनको बोलते रहते हैं, और उनको कोई किस्म की दिक्कत नहीं होने देते हैं। हमेशा हम इसी काम में लगे रहते हैं। फिर हमारे अंदर ये भी है, सभी टीम वर्क करते हैं। ये नहीं मेरा ये काम है, उसका ये काम है, उसका ये नहीं। जिसका जैसा जहाँ जिसकी परिस्थिति होगी उसी के अनुसार हम ढल जाते हैं।
वैसे तो मैडम राजस्थान की तो परंपरा रही ना, अतिथि देवो भव है। तो हमारे मुख्य उद्देश्य मेहमानों के लिए अतिथि देवो भव है, सर्वोपरि मेहमान होता है। मेहमान को हम हर तरह से सेटिस्फाइड करते हैं, जैसे उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, जैसे उनको यहाँ के बारे में बताना, फैसिलिटी जो बार जैसे डिनर यहाँ चल रहा है, मेहमान को रास्ता का नहीं पता हो ना कहाँ पर डिनर लग रहा है, तो हम उनको साथ जाकर बता देते हैं। और फिर साइड सीन के बारे में बताते हैं उनको, हमारे पास ये साइड सीन है, ये एक्टिविटीज़ हैं, इस तरीके से हम करते हैं।
So this is not my first time coming. We've been staying at Neemrana for many years. I think this is maybe my 3rd or 4th time staying at a Neemrana property, and it's always so beautiful. It's such a memorable experience always. The architecture, the rooms, the names of the rooms. I remember last time when I was a kid, I stayed at Badal Mahal, and it was a big impact on me just because the room was blue, it had clouds. It's just the theme is so special, and you wake up and there's peacocks singing, and then you go for a swim. The peacocks are right there. Kabutar is like drinking the water from the pool. It's so different. It's such a unique, special experience. And that's, I think, what makes it memorable. You can come here with your family, your partner, your friends. It's just always wonderful.
So, what do you like the most in cuisine?
In cuisine, as in the food, the buffet, I think what's really special is that it's also locally sourced. I think there's Rajasthani cuisine. There was dal bati churma for dinner yesterday. I've never had that personally, so that was really fun. Yeah, so these things are just special. There was someone who was making chaach from scratch, and there was roti being made, I think straight from like the chula, I think that's what it's called. These things, this is how you experience them. There's no other way for me to experience them outside, so I it's just very special for me.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Rakesh Gupta. I'm a senior consultant in medicine at Indraprasth Apollo Hospitals, Delhi. I love traveling, and I especially love traveling to heritage places. Whenever I'm traveling to a new place, I always look whether there is a heritage property there or not, because the charm of a heritage property far outweighs a new property which is there. New properties generally don't have any character, but heritage properties have so much character really as such. They evoke history, and I always love going to such places. In last 2 decades or so, I have gone to a lot of Neemrana properties. This Neemrana property particularly is a flagship where I'm coming for the second time now. But I've been to their properties in Coorg, I've been to their properties in Kunnur, I've been to their properties to Tranquebar, I've been to the Kesroli, I've been even to Tijara Fort. Oh, they are really good. They really give you a lot of history and a sense of pride in your own history per se. I would strongly recommend everybody to stay in Neemrana properties for 2 things. Number one, it's like home away from home. The kind of charm they have, the kind of comfort they have and they provide to a traveler, and especially to a city-jaded traveler, it's really a home away from home. And apart from that, their hospitality, their music, their events in the evening, they also have a good food, etc., with local flavors. And I have seen that a lot of local people are involved also in the work of the places really. So I have always had a great experience in Neemrana. And whenever I go anywhere, I look whether there is a Neemrana property there or not. And if it is there, then that's almost like my first choice. So it's been going on for decades, and I hope it goes on for further decades also. I would strongly recommend Neemrana and all the Neemrana properties to anybody who wants to experience India as a whole.